Uh, yeah. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the final round of the regular season for Swindle Team Event number 3. We're already, Swindle Team Event 4 is already like late in development, ready to go. Pretty much. And yeah, so today I'm going to be playing against Jason the Captain Kirk, who is also a Swindle team member, but is on a different team for this event, Val's Rebel Scum. We're going to be playing my deck, R. Muric, Jeweler of the Sonic Queendom, which is a Z-Force deck with, trying to think of the quickest way to say it, with a transporter platform, has a red alert for clear. The sting can be absolutely massive, and auto-encoder early can very much synergize with the Archivist, really changes the tenor of the deck. Jason will be playing GQ Harlace of the Impoverished Facility. We have a triple Edai versus triple Edai with a Knowledge is Power and a Tau Tau Vapors. So very, very many ways to archive. Normally what you're going to do in that deck is archive all of these shadows and raise cost to 1,000,000, and then your Morpheus can like double trigger the Eddies, can double trigger the Kirby. It's a very high value deck. In testing, the decks were pretty even. Moric, my deck, had a small edge against Jason's deck in testing, but I can definitely see this going either way. I'm still going to select my deck in bidding here to start, but I'm not going to go any higher than like 2 chains basically, because it's pretty even. Oops. Set up the camera. Good luck, have fun. Okay, let's do... Okay, yep, we've each selected our own decks, which is a marginal edge for me. Okay, so I go first. See that triple Edai? He's normally going to stash away all of the shadows. I won the matchup when we were experimenting with chains. Like, we played this a few times with his deck, when his deck was up a few chains. I did a very interesting kind of maneuver with it. Normally, like I said, you archive all that shadows, but actually playing all those guys in one shot can be very effective against my deck. So, first turn here for me. 4-card Shadows is pretty good. I can also play this group Think Tank turn 1. It's not ideal, but it's not horrible. Every decision. If we win this round, we will go to the playoffs. So I'm just feeling a lot of pressure about it. That being said, yeah, I'm gonna open Logos and I'm gonna play this group Think Tank. So you think twice about, like, I have an answer to a big Star Alliance board turn 1, which is very important. That's one of the ways that I can lose this matchup, is if he opens like Morpheus, Medic Ingram, Spears, not Spears, Gray, he can like do all that in one turn. And it could potentially get kind of ugly for me. The captain is thinking. He's a great person to have as a teammate, by the way. I always try to speak well of my opponents to some degree, but it's a very easy thing to do with Jason. He's done a lot of art for us at Swindle. He's helping with KFPL and KeyForge team and Swindle team event development. He's improved a ton as a player um, over the last couple of months. It's been very cool to see him, kind of just play better and better. This is exactly what I was talking about. Another Star Alliance creature would be even better. Gray Archives. Archive Subtle Maul and Babbling Bibliophile, so two different creatures. I think it's smart to use my action ability, kill both of them, play Diametric Charge for an Amber. We'll see if he generates Amber. Keeping the board clean is really nice. I could, if he plays a bunch of creatures, I could trigger the Root Think Tank again, which would be worthwhile while playing Encoder. And then I have the Sting to back me up. Like, there's a couple different lines of play here. I have to think very carefully about the Sting. Tata Vapors is going to draw him 2 cards and archive 1. I don't want to be like too slow here, because if I can pressure with some creatures, that can be really good. But playing auto encoder is always good. It's going to depend on how many creatures he plays, I think, like I was saying. It is important for me to move cards because his deck is a setup deck. The sooner I'm popping off for a ton of Amber, the better. Twin Bolt, Edai. Edai archives a card. Seeing a second Edai would actually be kind of good here, despite the fact that it would put 5 cards in archive. But he tends to, okay, Knowledge is Power gains 4 Amber. I've seen him play this deck a lot, actually, so he tends to hold an Edai. In this case, 2 Logos creatures. I can put Encoder down and kill them both, or I can put Star Alliance. I mean, this Shadow's Turn. Let's take the Shadow's Turn. I'm going to put down the Sting. Taunt. Good. I got some Shadows cards to play. The Sting is down, which is a bit of a risk, but he did just produce 5 Amber, so that would be good for me, basically. Double check. He has no artifact control, and I know it from studying the deck, but got the list. He's thinking. Yeah, the funny thing with Fidget is normally you'd go for the archives, but in this deck you actually want to go for the top of the deck. Because he's going to put the stuff he doesn't want to play in the archives, usually. Big pause. Must be making him think at least a little bit then. It is a little bit of a tough situation for me because it's gonna be like hard for me to take 3 shadows turns in a row. That's probably what I'm gonna need to do. Star Alliance. Comm Officer Kirby's allows him to play an action or an artifact out of house. He plays Cutthroat Research for the pip. Walls comes down to do not so much. Okay, so here I think we just take the Shadows turn. I can play Master Plan, which will allow me to play Autoencoder next turn regardless of what house I'm in. And I could steal or... I'm gonna steal. Look over there. Vandalize lets me get rid of. Kymor Eclipse is a high value card in this deck. We want Umbra to the top of deck, not into the night. I can kill the Sting, fight with Fidget, reap with Shadow Self. Shoulder Id. It feels a little iffy to give up my Sting here, but I think an Amber Surge is pretty sweet. Like, a check is good. Check at 8 is good. Also have Red Alert. That's a really good pull. So you're hoping for a big flood of creatures. Red Alert comes down. I could also play Logos to answer potentially a board, depending on how it's formed. Big nerves, big nerves. Play a whole bunch of creatures, please. Logos. Edai. Next to the daughter will allow me to use my guy to kill it. It might be, a Logos turn might be ideal here. Unless a ton get played. He's playing into the groupthink unless he has a way to kill it. But if he can kill it, then my Red Alert's more effective. Reaps with daughter. Yeah, Logos turn can kill 4 creatures and archive 2 cards while playing Encoder and keeping my Red Alert. We use the action ability. Clean board. Play Eclectic to archive 2 cards, one of which is Bonizing. 2 Shadows cards, that's great. Playing Encoder is just giving more information right now. I can make him afraid of a card. Cutthroat is gone, so he can't punish me there. So yeah, I think I leave everything as is. Okay. Star Alliance. Medic Ingram is a problem. Quadricoder goes on Medic Ingram to raise my cost to 8. Light of the Archons raises the power on Ingram. Nice play on his end there. We're going to go Star Alliance. No archives. We're going to play Auto Encoder. To archive the Archivist, which is amazing. I think that I have to hold this red alert. Like, I just don't think that I can let go of a card that it can bail me out so much. Especially because I have other ways to archive. Like, I have a sloppy lab work. Shadows is the call. Whisper. Yangtze Gang. Umbra. For 5 creatures. Into the night to stop all non-shadows creatures from fighting. Okay. Z Particle Tracker will go on Subject Kirby. A Reap will allow me to play a Subtle Auto. To discard Amber Tracker. Check at 9. I think I discard Garcia to get some more cards in archive. But I think I keep Red Alert again, for the same reason. Got Z-Force. If he doesn't take the Shadow's turn to kill the Subject Kirby, I'll be able to Z-Force, or set up Z-Force. Whisper is a big, so he goes Shadows, yeah, he has to. But I had to take 3 Amber, I think. Because, like, yeah, you could argue that keeping that warded was the play. Umbra is going to fight with Skirmish to steal 1. There's an argument for putting the upgrades on a lower value creature, but them having to take this turn means that I have information that I didn't have before, you know? cost us 9 because of quadricoder. Yeah, forgot about that. What can I do? Quadricoder. What do I do? It needs to die, for sure. I would keep my shadows in archive. I could go double subdue to stun 2 creatures. It wouldn't kill it, but it would keep it from being kind of annoying. It'd also give me another archive. I think that that's right. We just take our subdue since Archivist is in there. And we can damage and stun. Well, we will stun Yangtze Gang to prevent that Steal 1 action. I'm going to keep Red Alert. Another card in archive is Quixo. Is there an argument for putting anything back in hand? I don't think so. Check at 9. You hope for the huge line to come out to max value here on the Red Alert. Edai could come down here with some Logos, but I think we're due. It's kind of weird. It's hard to do the math because technically you don't know what he archived besides Bibliophile and the one Shadows card. But the best case scenario would be he takes his archives and tries to play it all right now. That would be amazing. Regardless, I can take my Logos turn, and I can get rid of a lot of stuff here while archiving Red Alert, so I don't have to hold it anymore. I simply can't give up that Red Alert no matter what, unless I get massive value. Medic Ingram removes the stun. Good. Discards Red Alert. I am gonna probably, it seems like he's gonna make me forge at 9. Zap does some, all that stuff was gonna be dead anyway. This opens up Red Alert instead, but I still think the Logos turn is better. It actually does me a favor. No, it doesn't, because of the medic won't die now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Would do a lot here. But I think we can do better. So we get 4 cards to archive. All of this will just get archived. Ability on Group Think Tank will kill all of his shadows. Mm, it's difficult. I can't kill the Medic Ingram no matter what I do. Now, how many cards can I archive? Sloppy Lab Work is going to archive one card off of Encoder. And then I think I take the Quixo in order to get more archives, basically. Now, is the Shadows high value? Archive this. And I'm going to discard maybe Novu. I could discard Dark Wave, but Dark Wave is kind of good. I could discard everything to cycle deck. CXO might be more valuable than that entire Shadows line. Oh, it would die anyway, though. So I could go ability kills the shadows, and then 3s and 6s would die. Definitely do this. Last card to draw is that. I think double Think Tank could be really good. But I can archive a really bad card right now. Oh, this is such a hard decision. I think I'm gonna toss it. Max the value of my red alert. Just seems good. Pestering Blow. Logos Plant. Simon. I'll be able to kill that all with Shadows. Dusk Runner. Attaches to Medic Ingram. That's not good for me. I am going to go Shadows still. Do I leave Bow for a 2-steal? Probably worth leaving Bow. Spike Trap. We want more upgrades. Stealing is not as important because I can burst. Maybe Steal 1 is better than an archive here. Let's go for archives. I want all of my upgrades in red alert for like a board clear and a crazy situation. Here comes Edai. Kymore to return Edai. Plays another Edai. Okay. Definitely Star Alliance. Take Lay of the Land, take Garcia. No red alert yet, I think. Do that. Get an upgrade. We're gonna stun Medic Ingram. Bring back Garcia. Play 2 upgrades here. For an 8 power Z4s, keep Garcia in hand. It's going to start severely limiting his options, hopefully. We also have a big Shadows turn. That can happen if it needs to. The stunning of the medic is huge. He could go Shadows here to shuffle Z-Force, but it's a very suboptimal turn. Star Alliance. Kirby plays Tao Tao. Amber Tracker. Does 3 damage. Medic Ingram removes the stun. CXO Tabor. This is where a red alert might come in handy. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage here. Okay, so I have 8. This will be 6, so I'll die, but I can attack Amber Tracker to deal 3. And then I would deal 4. Just not enough. think I have to hold red alerts though. Does 3 power upon splash. I mean, with splash here. Checking high means they can't go Star Alliance. Their only answer would be Logos, which I can now clean off the board. Apsis will likely fight Garcia. Edai Archives. Twin Bolt Emission deals 2 to each. Apsis is still not enough to kill Z-Force. Yep, fights Garcia, makes sense. Z-Force. Z-Force time, I think. Should be good. Z Particle Tracker, Z-Force Agent gains 3. Nothing to search for. I'm gonna discard a card because there's a chance of hitting an Edai. It's Pestering Blow. That's okay. Check at 20. It's going to get harder and harder to get answers here. Because he has to check, and he has to keep me off a check at 20, and there's really, his only answers are like multiple Eddies at this point. But I'm just going to fight them off. Cutthroat. Cutthroat is not good. Edai raises cost to 17. Raise cost to 18 because of the one card archived. I think that's it though. What else could he have? Both other Eddies are gone. It's a really big win for us if this holds this week. Like I said, if we win this round, we're into the playoffs. If we don't, we're not. So getting the adaptive win. So the adaptive is very often serving as the tiebreaker. So getting that adaptive win can be absolutely massive. Plays Knowledge is power. This would have been it. No! Oh, to archive a card. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Calm down. Whew. I thought I was dead. I thought I was dead. Done. We're gonna use Kirby to reap. Play Bow to steal 2. Oh my god. Brief moment of panic. I am sorry. Whew. Z-Force Agent triggers to gain. No search. I will discard Tink. Just gotta check as high as I can. All of the eddies are cycled, perhaps. An absolute worst case scenario would be some kind of crazy hand where you drew like 2 eddies and has the kip. It would be very unlucky for me, but it could happen. Star Alliance, that means it's gotta be it. Oh my god. Oh, that was so close to disaster, and I didn't even see it coming. Unless he has some other trick that I'm not aware of. Morpheus. No data forge, like, yeah. Oh my god. That was so close to really bad. Though, like, cost, it never could have been the turn that I was afraid of it being, mathematically. But it was 1 amber away from actually killing me. Archives, more cards. What a game. Whew. I'm gonna tell him you can watch me have a heart attack. Oh my god. I really thought when he played that Kip, I'm like, wait, like it archives and gains Amber, which like it can't do. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about that. Yeah, he's typing exactly what I'm saying. Oh my god. Yeah, so those are the kind of tight games that Moirai format produces. Adaptive best of 1 is going to bring it even closer, so you just end up with these nail biters. I hope everybody enjoyed watching it. I really, really enjoyed playing that game. I love playing against Jason. It's so cool to see him improving so much as a player. And also, just sporting such incredibly interesting decks. I mean, yeah. And I misplayed halfway through. Long game, that can happen. Yeah, so he's saying he made a mistake when he let the second key through for 9. It's hard to know. I mean, that's too many counterfactuals, right? If I'd done this, then I would have acted different. Like, I probably, like, I don't know. If you don't let that through, maybe I get a key through even cheaper by killing Medic Ingram at some point, you know? The only reason I didn't kill Medic at the end is because, like, I just had, like, better things going on in houses where that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I misread CXO Tabor and thought he had a playability. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That turn makes some sense. But, I mean, honestly, though, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and then Riku's saying, like, from the practice, he's like, that deck of yours is the most fun I've ever seen for a long time. Like, it is a really fun deck to play, that JQ Harlace. We picked it because you run a lot of reps evaluating adaptive, so, you know, it's fun to see. Um, it is a lot easier to evaluate a deck that is fun to play because you can rep it a lot more, which I think is true of kind of KeyForge in general. But with that said, you know, signing off, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching that game. Definitely had fun playing it. I'll see you next round, hopefully.